This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shah, that's who the world stupidly calls Jesus Christ. All right, real name is Yahweh Shah. All right, Bahasham Rakakwadash. All right, in the name of the Holy Spirit. All right, I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Those are the leaders of Israel. And peace and blessings to the elect. All right, Shalom. All right, this topic is going to be about, evil spirits, man. The evil spirits in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, I'm going to title the video something around that. Evil spirits, man, they're going to heighten. All right, they're going to elevate in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. The evil spirits, they're coming out now, man. But in the time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to be a high level. All right, the Lord, He's going to send out those death angels. They're going to wreak havoc. All right, on 2/3 of our people. Okay, and these heathen nations. All right, Salakia. I was watching a video from Apostle Tahar. He said it's better for a missile to hit you, than to die of famine. All right. Have another man kill you, or get eaten alive, cannibalism. All right, because all these things they're gonna come back into play. All right, because cannibalism, that's in the scriptures. All right. All right, but I'm gonna start at Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1. All right, it says, He cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand, and one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man with the linen, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right, so this was an angel, man. All right, the Lord is talking to an angel. All right, verse 5, it says, verse 5, it says, And to the others he said in my hearing, and verse 5, it says, And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. All right, so the Lord, He's going to set that mark, all right, upon the men of the Lord that sigh and that cry for the abominations that be done in the midst of Babylon, man. All right, Babylon is so-called America. All right, Back to verse 5 says, and to the others, man, all right, you non-believers, all right, you heathens, all right, you know, it says smite, all right, and let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity, man. All right, in verse 6 it says, slay utterly Slakia, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, all right, that mark of exemption, all right, for that sign, that crime, that word mark right here, that goes for exemption, all right. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary, all right. You know, that's precept in First Peter's, man. If I'm not mistaken, First Peter's 4:17, all right. You know, the judgment begins with the house of the Lord, all right. So it says, start at and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. All right. So the Lord, he's going to deal with his people first. All right. Death and destruction have to come to 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. As well as you confusion of faces that don't want to hearken to the scriptures. All right. All you Israelites that don't want to hearken. All right, the Lord, he's gonna destroy you, man. All right, according to Zechariah 13:8. All right, you gotta be cleansed through that nuclear fire or death. All right. So in the time of Jacob's trouble, man, all right, death and evil spirits are gonna make that arising, man. Your deepest fears, all right. Boogeyman, all right, shit like that, man. All right, deep evil spirits, man. All right. Let me get a count in Exodus 10:21. Oh, sorry, 21. Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. All right, you know, so it's so dark, man. You can feel it, man. You can just feel the uncomfortableness, all right, of the darkness. All right, how it's just so dark. You can just feel it. All right, you open your eyes, you can just feel that darkness, man. So that's kind of darkness that was going on in Egypt, all right, when we was getting ready to make our escape. All right, verse 22 says, and Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in the land of Egypt 3 days. All right, that thick darkness, man. All right, you can't see shit. All right, and those spooky spirits, man, those terrible demons. All right, they're gonna just wreak havoc and claw and fuck with your head. All right, 2/3 of our people, those deep spirits, they're gonna mess with your head. All right, you know, it's gonna bug you out. All right, you know, the scriptures say, give me roughly paraphrasing, the plague of the mind, man. All right, to have you bug out in the mind. All right. Verse 23, it says, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. All right, you can't see shit. All right, just thick darkness, man. All right, people spooked out of their mind. All right, these times are going to come back in America, man. All right, because this is spiritually Egypt. All right, nothing new under the sun. All right, verse 23. And they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling, man. All right, you know, so spiritually, you know, the elect, man, we're gonna have that light. All right, we're gonna know what's going on, man. We're not gonna have that plague of the mind, all right, because we got the names, man. All right, we got the name Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, that's going to be our comfort, man. All right, because he has care for his elect. All right. But that's all I wanted right there. But from there, I'm going to go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, and 13th verse. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13, it says, Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. All right, so we got to put on that whole armor of the Most High, man, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that spiritual covering, man, those spiritual clothing. All right. That we may be able to withstand in the evil day. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, that's the only way we're going to have that comfort. All right, knowing that Yahweh Shema Shah, he's going to protect you. All right, because all hell is going to be breaking loose. People are going to be breaking into other people's houses, going crazy over food, not be able to eat. All right, Jake, they can't go a few hours without eating, 6 hours without eating, man. Without bitching and complaining, oh, my head hurt, getting all grouchy, you know what I'm saying? But that's why we gotta fast. That's why we gotta fast, man. All right, to be able to withstand in those days, man. All right, even if it would be a half a day fast, all right, or a whole, and then you do half a day, then you do a whole day, all right, then. You can do 2 days, or you can do a half a day, a whole day, a day and a half, and then go to 2 days. All right, it's steps, man. All right, because you never know how long the Lord he's going to have you not eat. All right, in the time of Jacob's trouble. That's why you gotta prepare our spirit and our mind, man. All right, for these times. All right, it says, verse 14 says, standing therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, man. All right, still being righteous, all right, and calling on the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, still being righteous, man. All right, but if we got to take down the 2/3, so be it. We got to take them down, man. All right, because the Lord, he says in Psalms, I'm not going to pull up there. I'll just roughly paraphrase, but he made our hands to fight, man. All right, so we're warriors, man. We're not going to just let somebody just walk all over us, you know what I'm saying? If we got to protect ourselves in the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord, he's going to give us those spiritual powers to protect ourselves, man. All right? That breastplate of righteousness, all right? Having your loins girded about with truth, man. All right? Gird up your loins with that truth, man. All right? Walk in that faith, man. In the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The scriptures say he didn't give us the spirit of fear. All right. So we don't fear all right what man can do. We only fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who can destroy his soul and body. All right. But verse 15 says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. All right. Above all, verse 16, above all, taking the shield of faith, all right, having that faith, man, and having that faith, the Lord, he's gonna protect you, all right, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, all right. You're gonna be able to conquer. You're not gonna bug out in the mind, all right. The hopeful elect, we won't bug out in the mind, man. Lord willing, we have that number. We won't bug out. All right, we're gonna conquer all the evil thoughts, man. All right, because we're gonna be girded and clothed with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. Save the bugging out in the head for 2/3. All right. Those that didn't believe that Jacob's trouble is gonna come. All right, because even Israelites that know that the Israelites, all right, and people in the camps of IUIC, all right, they think what's going on now with Jake, that's Jacob's trouble. All right, but it says in the scriptures a time like never before, man. All right, a great tribulation like that's never been before. All right, that's Jacob's trouble, man. All right, you see what's happening in Venezuela? You got riots in the streets. All hell is breaking loose in Venezuela. That's soon to come to America, man. All right. Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, man. All right. All the let's look up that word. Ephesians 6. That word darts. A missile, dart, javelin, arrow. All right. So all the shots, all the let me read verse 16. It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, man. All right, so all the obstacles that we got to go through, man, us having that shield of faith, man. All right, we're not going to be either plagued in the mind or have that spirit of doubt. All right, because our shield is going to be faith, man. We're going to be able to dodge all the wicked, all the wickedness, man. All right. In verse 17, it says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, having this word sealed in our heads, man. All right, we're going to know how to maneuver in that time, man. All right, that's that helmet, man. All right, having this word, all right, in our sword, man. All right, our sword of the Spirit. All right, this is all spiritual, man. All right, so us just having this word in our head, man, we're gonna be able to maneuver in the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, we're gonna follow after the Spirit. All right, and Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he's gonna take care of us. Whether we be martyrs for the truth, all right, we get beheaded. Hey, that's just the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right, we're gonna be. If you are beheaded for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, that's a ticket to the kingdom, man. So Tawara Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. I think I'm gonna read verse 18 too. It says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. All right, so we gotta be girded in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and let me get Sirach, chapter 39, start at 28. It says, there be spirits that are verse 28, 30, Sirach chapter 29, Salakia chapter 39, verse 28, it says, there be, hold on. Yeah, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right. Who made these evil spirits? All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right. It says there be spirits that have been created for vengeance in the time which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. All right, Jacob's trouble, that's the time of destruction, man. That's the time of death for a lot of 2/3. All right. That's why we tell you, man, hey, get right with the Lord, man. The Lord, he can pop the bone out of your leg. All right, have you half dead and then somebody just come in and eat you up. All right, because cannibalism is going to come back into play, man. All right. It already happened a few years ago, maybe like five plus years ago in Miami. All right, somebody off bath salt, bugged out his mind off bath salt. All right, ate a man. All right, so straight zombie type shit. All right, so hey, it's nothing new under the sun. Okay. Verse 29 says, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. All right. You know, you mockers, you scoffers. All right. It says in Galatians, the 6th chapter and the 7th verse, you know, God, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's not mocked, man. Whatsoever you reap, you will sow. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so you scoffers, man, you're gonna reap what you're sowing. All right. You know, every idle word. All right, it says, verse 30 says, teeth of beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, so hey, these wild beasts, man, they're gonna wreak havoc, man. All right, that's why they got these sharp teeth, snakes, serpents. They all created for for evil, man, for the evil times. All right, that's what the Lord he's using. Let me read verse 30 again. It says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction, man. So all these things, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, he created that for the wicked, man, to destroy them. All right. It says, verse 31 says, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All right, so these evil spirits, man, they're going to take joy in pleasing Yahweh Shem Shai, hearkening to his commandment to destroy, all right, those that don't have that mark back in Ezekiel. All right, you don't have that mark, you're fucked, man. All right, the Lord, he's gonna destroy you, man, well, brutally. All right. You know, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right, that's why the Lord, he's a great and terrible power, man. All right, you don't want to mess with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Man, that's like a bully, you know, a big bully. You know, you tick him off to the point, all right, then he just come fuck you up, man. All right, but the Lord, he's all righteous, man. All right, but he just destroys those, all right, that don't want to listen to him. All right, and by your destruction, that's you being cleansed. All right. Yeah, these wicked spirits, they're not going to transgress Yahweh Shem Shai's word, man. It says, therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season, so that a man cannot say, this is worse than that. For in time they shall all be approved, and therefore praise ye the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai with all heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord. All right, you know, so hey, call Halal Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right. You know, he's created these wicked spirits for destruction. All right. You know, I brought this up, so I might as well just get it. I'm going to close out with this. Revelations 20 and 4. Revelation chapter 20 verse 4, it says, I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai 1,000 years, man. All right. So hey, people gonna be beheaded for the truth, man. Martyrs are being beheaded for the sake of Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but those same people. All right, they're not gonna bow down to the beast, man. All right, we're not gonna let the wicked spirits, all right, make us give in. All right, the hopeful elect. All right, we're not gonna take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All right, we're not gonna worship Esau. We're not gonna bow down to his new world order. All right, and Lord willing, we're gonna reign with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, us faithful and true, sincere brothers, all right, that's laboring in this truth. All right, Lord willing, we reign with Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right. It says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. All right, so those of you that, you bow down to that, you bow down to the beast, man, and you get slaughtered, man, or you get taken out during Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, you're not gonna live not again until the 1,000 years were finished, man. All right, so you're gonna have to be reborn in the kingdom, man. All right. It says this is the first resurrection. All right, and verse 6 says, "Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection." All right, that and First Thessalonians, man, those that rise. All right, those that are risen, man, from the dead. All right, for the name of Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna get that after this, Lord willing. On such the second death had no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. All right. All right, let me get what I said I wanted Slack it. Yeah, First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 17, it says, "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds." All right, those chariots, man, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right. I'm gonna go up to verse 16. I'm gonna start 15 actually. First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 15 says, "For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from the heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first." All right. So I'm going to close out with that. Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm going to close out, give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakakwadash. All right. Peace and blessings to the elect. All right. And double honors to the apostles of the great millstone. All right. To the next lesson, I say shalom.